Hello and welcome to my Roxy collection. You know the brand. If you're here, maybe you're looking for this kind of thing. If you love early 2000s, late 90s clothing, if you love a bit of nostalgia, if you love a show and tell video, maybe a bit of unintentional ASMR, I don't know. Or not, because I'm sure I get too excited and it's probably not very relaxing. But if you love all that, then please stay. I'm also going to go into a bit of the early history of the brand Roxy if you're interested, so stick around for that. Let's go. So first I'm going to talk about how I personally came to develop this complete obsession with the brand. Okay, so I was charity shopping and there's this retail park and it has like two charity shops, two charity shops, and I came across this bag. And I just absolutely adore it. I think it's beautiful. And I am so drawn to items that are really functional. It has so many little pockets. The zips are really cute. Like they have the little Roxy logo. Excuse my shakiness, I'm just a naturally shaky person. Yeah, little zips inside. It's just so functional and I absolutely love it. And it's, look at it, it's gorgeous. It's stunning, it's beautiful, I'm obsessed. Okay, and then in the next charity shop, in the same retail park, I found this. And they were both £2, by the way. This was this year, 2023. And yeah, this was a little bit dirty now, just excuse that. But this one's great because it's so deep and it's got this, like, you really need to reach in there, so you know, it's hard to lose things when they're in this bag. And I'm obsessed with these little ball, what are they called? Zip charms, I don't know. Yeah, this is so nice. So yeah, I was just like, what is this brand? This Roxy really came onto my radar then. I was like, I need to know more. And I certainly did learn more. So after I scored these amazing pieces in the charity shops, I started looking on Vinted for more items from this brand. And I kind of looked into the history a little bit. I have got some notes here if you see me looking there. So yeah, I got this little bag. It's the same print as this one. It was super cheap again. All of my pieces, I never pay more than the most expensive piece was £11, which I'll show you in a bit. But most of them, this was, I think, about £2 again. So yeah, it's just the same print, but it's got these little rings. And I got this mostly, though, because it came with the matching purse, and this is what I wanted, but it was all in one for super cheap. And I love this purse because it's got these, like, clear parts in it, so you can just go into the shop and be like, and just show off your ID like that, you know? Not that I ever do that. But it's another just really functional piece. Lots of like compartments everywhere. Even a bit on the back. I love it. Right, we also got this tote bag. It has this embroidery in gold and this like frayed piece of fabric on it. And this one's so simple, but one of my favourites. I absolutely do adore this, like all of my Roxy pieces, really. Another one with a beautiful toggle, if you can see the Roxy logo on there. This one actually says Quiksilver on that tag, and inside as well. Because this is another thing about the charm of Roxy items, and I will talk about this again in a bit, but their branding is just so beautiful. Like the colours, and they got me. But because it's Quiksilver, it makes me think perhaps this was quite early on, or I don't really know how it works when it's not Roxy branded. But it's so simple, but I mean, it goes really well with this top. I love that this one has the little Roxy logo there as well. And it says, I love Roxy, which I do. I like that it's a message that I stand by. When I speak about surfing, I'm going to be referring to modern surfing that grew and evolved throughout the 20th century. And there was a big peak in surfing in the 1950s, but at this time, if you look at the women's surfwear, it's very much swimwear based, rather than something practical that could be worn in other settings, such as the men's surf shorts. In the late 80s, the Quiksilver boys were riding around in the big truck delivering the Quiksilver clothing to surf shops all throughout America. And they noticed, I quote, "there was nothing in the surf shops for women. We can't have that." So in 1989, they developed a women's... The line was released the next year, 1990, under the name Roxy, and this was their new division. But the first line of clothing was still quite swimwear based. In the early 90s, they acquired a bikini company called Raisins, and they hired this great guy called Randy Hill. I don't know if he's great. I actually didn't really do much research into him, but hopefully he's great. And he would help to focus on developing Roxy as a brand. And as part of developing the brand, they hired some really successful surfer girls to be the face of the brand, and they were who we saw on all of those promotional images. In 1993, Roxy hired the surfer Lisa Anderson, and she was already a successful surfer, but she went on to win 4 world championship titles from 1994 to 1997 during the time she was with Roxy. And she was also the first woman to appear on the Surfer magazine cover, which I will include a photo of here. Also in 1993, the Roxy logo was born, which, as you probably know, is 2 Quiksilvers joined together to make a little heart. In the early 90s, they were developing that Roxy Life image. However, they didn't have the clothes and the accessories on point yet. It was not great. The situation wasn't great. So the head designer was in Oahu, Hawaii, and she saw a girl wearing some men's board shorts. Like, a woman wearing men's clothing? What? She thought, this is what maybe the Roxy brand needs, a little bit of more functionality, because that's what we're always looking at in Roxy. We're looking for that. And Lisa Anderson had seen this a lot, like women wearing the men's board shorts. So Lisa Anderson was actually integral in that first part of developing the board short, because she helped test the prototypes in action while surfing. And she was just an icon. Whatever word would I use? In 95, the first all-women's surf magazine was launched by Wahine. And in 1996, the Water Girl sorry, I'm getting distracted. In 96, the Water Girl Surf Shop was the first all-women's surf shop. So maybe it was a coincidence, but maybe Roxy had this huge thing to do with the rise of surfwear for women, and that's why it is such a great brand. The other it girl of Roxy in the 90s was Veronica Kay. She started surfing at the age of 13 and went on to become a professional surfer and also a great model. And I think probably if you were around at that time, you would think of Roxy when you saw her face. She was on all of those posters, and she modelled for Roxy from 1995 to 2008. So she was there for all of that, like, golden years of Roxy. I'm not sure when Lisa Anderson stopped working with Roxy yet. Couldn't find this anywhere. And I've also found these really cool images that I'm just going to insert here about the Roxy house, which I suppose was like a house where all these Roxy girls lived and surfed on the beach, and then went and edited surf videos and promoted the brand. And I don't really know what they did, but it just looks really cool, so I just thought I would share it. And I'll put links in description. I obviously don't own any of the images I'm showing in the video. If anybody has any old Roxy posters or catalogues, or old Delia's catalogues, which were littered, I speak about it as if it's a bad thing, but had so much Roxy stuff. I'm trying to get the Roxy Life hoodie in, you know, like, yeah, if you have any old things, please post a video of you flicking through them, because I'm sure there's so many people who would love to see that. This photo of Veronica Kay in these beautiful trousers, I love it. Excuse my shaky hand. And I managed to get the trousers. This was the £11 item that I was talking about, but they are gorgeous. Sorry, this isn't very relaxing, but I love them. So yeah. I just also watched some of the footage back and I realised I've been saying so every 5 seconds. Thus, I must stop saying that word. I can date the trousers to in and around 2005 or 2004 due to the Roxy Life label. I managed to date Roxy Life beginning in 2004, and I did this by looking through the Roxy website on the fucking Wayback Machine. But there was a whole period where you needed like a specific flash player of the time to load the website, so I can't view it from that time, which is annoying. When I tell you I was obsessed with Roxy, I'm not lying. It's actually quite embarrassing. I don't mind outing myself on YouTube. Another staple for Roxy is their hibiscus. This is a little hibiscus thing and a little pair of shorts, which I'm going to sew a dart into so they'll fit better. But I love them. I think this is a little bit older though because of the older Roxy logo. I mean more recent. In terms of what products they brought out in what years, in 1995 they added accessories and eyewear. And actually in the UK, Roxy have a line of glasses with Specsavers, but you know, it's like new Roxy, which is kind of ugly. Like, hello Roxy, you could do so much with your branding now, but not for me to say. Anyway, then in 96 they added footwear and watches. This is my Roxy watch. She is beautiful. She currently doesn't have a battery, but ignore that. I like the quality of the clasp, and it's really satisfying that it has a little logo, but you just pop it open. It's great. In 1997, they released their collection of cold weather sports clothes. So, you know, like the snowsuits and the big heavy outwear and stuff. I don't have anything like that. I've got the Roxy Life hoodie. That's basically what I have though, in terms of outwear. But I do have this lovely hibiscus hat. I just had to go and delete a bunch of shit on my phone because my phone ran out of storage. Anyway, hibiscus hat. I've also got the matching scarf. It's very pretty. And I have another belt, another hibiscus belt. So this is not the look. In 1999, it was like the golden year of Roxy because they released bags, or more bags, backpacks, skate gear, homewares. Oh my gosh, I would love to have a room full of Roxy homewares. Posters, as I spoke about earlier a little bit, jewellery and travel accessories, such as... Yes, I bought a Roxy suitcase and I will be taking it abroad. I'm going on a holiday now just to use this. It's got this whole bit that like comes out. Beautiful details all over the piece, really. Lots of pockets inside and lots of like waterproof compartments because obviously it would have been used for surf gear and stuff, so yeah, 99 was a great year for Roxy. Over the course of the year, I've come across so many beautiful pieces from Roxy, which has developed my love for it, both mostly on Vinted and in charity shops. And small towns are the best place to go charity shopping, by the way. Find great stuff. This is from Vinted, a nice little neutral dress with some nice pops of colour. Green. Green's my favourite colour. And this is a Roxy Girl dress, but of course it's quite small, so I just wear it as a top, and it's got that nice Roxy Life written on it. Cute detail on the shoulders, and it's really nice and soft. But the best things I have found have been in charity shops. I mean, those first two handbags I started the video with, those were charity shops. This dress as well, again from the Roxy Life era, so probably around 2004 to 2006. It's one that ties at the back I think it used to have straps, but they're gone now. Who knows where, but I don't mind. Yeah. And this dress, which I'm going to sew a dart into, but it is so pretty. Like, it's got such nice details. Beautiful. And so when I came across these two things, it was the same day. And honestly, I saw this. I just saw the label at first and I audibly gasped. I was like, oh, and I was just so excited. It was quite embarrassing because look at that label first and foremost. That is just so beautiful. And then I just looked at what was attached to it. Oh my gosh, I love these. These are probably my favourite thing I have. The little logo on the bum. It's just the most beautiful colours. So I would say that these are kind of like a long board short style. And I will just put those on to show you. You're gonna have to just imagine that they've been ironed. Oh, they are so wonderful. Oh, yes, yes, yes. And they were £1. So, oh, just such a great buy. So that was my complete Roxy collection. When they said bring your Roxy bag, but you didn't know which one they meant, so you had to bring them all. So my collection is now, I believe, to be complete. And side note, I'd like to say as well, full disclosure, this would have been actually the most expensive thing at £25. But everything in my collection is, well, I haven't spent a lot of money on. I mean, all of the stuff from the charity shop would have been £2 or £1 each. And I never spend more than £3 on Vinted. So there's a lot of stuff out there on Vinted, Depop, with Roxy stuff that's out of my budget. But I just wanted to show you that you can actually find a lot of stuff for a good price. And you can have a nice little collection if it is something your heart wants. I know I'm going to hold on to these pieces for a long time. I mean, they take me back to my childhood. Not that I ever owned them, but I love the style of clothes from that era. So, I need to stop using that word. Next time you go to the charity shop, manifest, and you might just find some Roxy pieces. And I wish you good luck. I would love it if somebody was to post their collection, if you have a great collection like me, of any brand of like early 2000s surfwear. I love Animal, Billabong, all that sort of stuff too. But yeah, I'm not buying any more pieces. Oh my goodness, I've gone overboard. But yeah, I hope you've really enjoyed the video. Hope you've enjoyed seeing my collection and have a good day. Or night, whatever. Bye.